We're often told how England steal Irish talent, much like we hear from Africans and every other nation that can develop an appetite at best, let alone a squad capable of having success at major tournaments. Just look at Ireland's greatest players, every single one of them had to move to England to become something, all because their nation still hadn't developed a competitive league, attracted investment, and most importantly, had a development system that could nurture homegrown talent. They had to pass the baton to England. Robbie Keane had to begin his career at Wolves, Shay Given at Blackburn Rovers, John O'Shea and Don Givens at Manchester United, Steve Staunton at Liverpool, Damien Duff and Jonathan Walters at Blackburn, Niall Quinn and Frank Stapleton at Arsenal, Glenn Whelan at Manchester City, Shane Long and Kevin Dorr at Reading, Noel Cantwell at West Ham, James McLean at Sunderland and Seamus Coleman at Everton. That's just mentioning Ireland's most capped players and highest scorers. You look at the new wave of Irish talent, Evan Ferguson, who moved to Brighton and also has an English mother, Nathan Collins at Stoke, Keller at Liverpool, Dara O'Shea at West Brom, and Gavin Bazunu, who moved to Manchester City and was loaned out to the lower English leagues. Manchester City didn't even feel comfortable sending him back to Ireland on loan, but rather League One side Rochdale, who ended up getting relegated. That's not even mentioning the number of English-born players that did represent Ireland, such as Tony Cascarino, John Aldridge, Kevin Kilbane, Captain Andy Townsend, Gary Breen, Matt Holland, Lee Carsley, David Kelly, Jeff Kenner, Alan Kelly Jr., and Chris Hughton. And more recent players such as John Walters, Alan Judge, Callum O'Dowda, Mark McGuinness, Sammy Schmodix, Josh Scullen, Callum Robinson, James Collins, Harry Arter, Simon Cox, and Will Keane. If anything, Ireland is a nation guilty of stealing English players. They travelled to London to steal Declan Rice and Birmingham to steal Jack Grealish, two players that were born and raised in England and on their way to getting England caps, but weren't rushed. So Ireland did exactly what any desperate nation would do and got to them first. Prematurely, might I add. If only they had this passion when it came to developing Irish football. Until Ireland focuses on developing players born in their countries with their own staff, infrastructure and investment, this won't change. They will forever be stuck in this lazy mindset of sending every ounce of talent to England or Europe to be developed. Now this doesn't mean Ireland can't be successful sticking to this mindset. Morocco got to a World Cup semi-final with a side built by Europe.